All right, next up is to take our little intro sequence that we've arranged here and add some keyframes to be able to add some motion and some adjustments to scale and position to our graphics, just to spice things up and make them a little bit more interesting. I'll be the first one to admit that Premiere Pro is not 100% my jam like Pro Tools is, but I am going to do my best to show you the way that I would go about this, but by no means does that mean that it's the best or fastest, most efficient way to do this. So I'm just expanding my video track there and then zooming in on my timeline by hitting the plus button. And what I want to do is make sure that my, whatever graphic that I want to work on, that I'm showing keyframes for what I'm working with here. And what I want to work on first is the scale. Probably position, really. We're going to wind up doing both of these sort of things. So then I'm looking up here at position, and then I'm adding a keyframe in this area by hitting this little dot here. So I want a keyframe at the beginning, and I want it to be in this position. Then I'm adding a keyframe right at the end. And I want to do the same thing with scale. I want to add a keyframe for scale too, so I'm going to reveal scale and add a keyframe here at the end for that, and again at the beginning for scale. So keeping things the exact same at the beginning, but then by the end I want to have changed the scale so that it's blown up and that Falcon Media is sort of front and center. So I'm going to blow that up a little bit and then move things to the left just so Falcon Media pops in there. And I'm sort of making sure that the G in bowling kind of gets out of the frame. And that looks pretty clean that way. Alright, so let's just go back to the beginning and just see what that's going to look like.
Broadcasting live performances from the Stanton Audio Recording Studio in the Michael and Sarah Kulin Center.
Okay, so not bad. And then what I'm thinking is that the WBGU here is probably going to need to change a little bit as well. And since the Falcon Media sort of moved from right to left, I'm going to have this one move from left to right. So let's show the keyframes again. This one will be actually position. And then start at the beginning here. Add that keyframe. And then move towards the very end. And add another. And then at the end, well, at the beginning, I suppose, start there. I want the position to be over here on the left. And then by the end, it's gonna slowly move over to the right. Let's see how that's gonna look for us.
Michael and Sarah Kulin Center on the campus of Bowling Green State University. This is Live and Loud.
Okay, cool. So that's working for me. And let's see, with the Live and Loud, I think this one is just going to be more about a scale sort of thing. So let's look at scale. And make some adjustments to that. I think what I want to start with it zoomed in a little bit more. Like I want to be able to see the studio, but I don't want it to be so far off. But I do want it to also be in the center. So I'm going to change this to position. Add a keyframe at the beginning. Have it start. Looks like it was just slightly off center. Alright, and let's see, where do I want it to wind up? Add the keyframe there. And then switch it to scale. I may not have to change the position in this one if it's nicely centered. So let's see if I can figure that out. So just a nice little zoom in on the Live and Loud letters. I think it'll be kind of cool. So let's see.
Is Live and Loud on WBGU HD1 Bowling Green.
Alright, so the next thing to do is going to be to create some transitions and then a title for the band. So we'll see you for the next video.